Hi guys, this is Nikki, you also known as Physics Trader, and you're watching the December 10, 2020 Global Market Update. Let's begin. All right, so last night there were a couple of news that you have to understand. You wake up, you saw last night that your portfolio was like up maybe 5 to 10%. You're probably up 100 to 200% already on your year to date. Some of you might be up 500% already, but you woke up last night, you've got an ODR. What is an ODR? It's a one-day reversal. So let's begin. Why is there a one-day reversal? You've got a lot of companies that are selling billions of dollars of shares. You've got Tesla, you've got C Limited, winners that we like, but they are selling. So it has implications, of course. And what are the news flows? S&P DJI removing Chinese firms from the US after a US blacklisting. So you are seeing actually that last night was an impetus for some selling off that's going to happen, not just last night, but it's going to happen tonight. So you will see a lot of selling off tonight. Okay, SoftBank shares leaping 14% on DoorDash investment again. Take note, though, that there are companies that even if the market is selling off, there are companies that were rising. Yesterday, DoorDash was up, the IPO was up, and actually it triggered other delivery plays to go up. One of our companies were up 6% last night. That would be Delivery Hero. So, of course, that was simple because if you are bullish on the same sector, then it should be good for the entire sector. Wait up. I'm trying to see how I could show to you. I'm using this new laptop to actually help you see me clearer because I used to have a very old laptop. So there. Okay, let's go. So last night, of course, let's take a look first. All right. Let's go for our most resilient companies first. Later. Most resilient winners. All right. So last night, you've got a lot of, you've got some new players like SPACs continuing to still go higher. Your Tuscan Holdings, aka Microvast, was like 35%. But let's talk about companies that we love. We have loved for quite a while now. So C Limited, let's discuss this. C Limited is selling $2 billion worth of shares. And closing last night at 202, from high of 212, it extended hours, it's 197. So these are extensions after extension. So we're gonna talk about these companies first. Full chart first. So this is up 450% for the year, right? C Limited. And what we can see in this chart is that it has been going up after breaking out here from about 180 all the way to 212. I do think that the leeway for this to fall, assuming that you are profit taking tonight, you don't have to panic. The thing about this is that it's a good company. And even if it falls, where will it land? It falls somewhere here in my view. At 210, if it falls down, probably here at about 170 or even just 180. So you have nothing to worry about. Will it go down to about $100? The answer would be no. In my view, the answer is no. Why are they selling off? All right, this is the reason for the sell-off. C Limited sells shares. Because, of course, a good business sees that in 8 hours ago, if they see that their share prices have run ahead of fundamentals, they better take advantage of the premium that the market is willing to pay for them. C Limited is now trading at about 100 billion valuation. So they said that they want to sell 11 million shares, all of them 30-day options to purchase an additional 1.65 million shares. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they're arranging this deal. And the company is going to use the proceeds for offering for business expansion and other general corporate purposes, including potential strategic investments and acquisitions. As a business owner, not as a trader, because Awesome 10X teaches you to be a business owner, of course, that is actually a positive thing. Just because it's going to go down tonight doesn't mean that it's an actual sell. If you have a lot of C Limited shares, you might see that it goes 202 to 180. Why did it fall 180 tonight? If it will fall $180, it's because the company is willing to sell shares. Did they write there how much the pricing would be? No, they didn't. But chances are, those 12 million shares is going to be $2 billion. It's going to be times 200. They would either sell it at 200 or 190 or 180. So, of course, this $2 billion, if they are selling at 200, there is less chance for C Limited to go from $200 to $500 in the short term, right? But does that mean that C Limited is not going to go $500? Not true. It will go $500 someday, but in the short term, yes, C Limited is going to fall. So you have to decide what you're going to do. Will I sell it at $200 because I can buy it back potentially at 170 or 180? Or should I just ignore this selling, which is also fine? Because anyway, you could actually just wait it out because eventually this 175 goes up to 300. The answer is really up to you. Okay, let's discuss another one. Tesla is selling shares, right? So they sold another $5 billion. So they sold at 500, they're selling again. Okay, that will trigger a lot of profit taking. 648 goes down to 604. It opens, I think, later 580 or 570. The thing is, will it ever disrupt this entire full trend? No, the answer is not. It will continue going higher, but it has to consolidate down. Will it consolidate at 500? Will it consolidate at 400? The chances for it to drop is higher than the chances for it to remain elevated. That's all that you know. Similarly, if you want to sell a little, wait, you've got so much money already. You've taken profits. The thing about these run-ups is that whether you bought this as even as high as $180, 180 times 5 is already $900 Tesla. That's like already 300% higher from last year. Yes, this has rallied from $60 to $50 to $600 or times 10 in just a couple of, more than 12 months. So less than 12 months. So, a lot of people will actually try to take profit. Where can it land? It can land to 500. It can land to about 450, right? All right. What are we also seeing? We mentioned that Zoom Video has an exhaustion gap, and it got exhausted, right? So far, even with very, very good numbers, what happened? Even after good numbers, 470 fell down to 430 and continues to go down. What do we think about the Zoom Video? Can we get it at 350, or should we bid as low as about $300 or 290? Of course, I think that we can. So we were already predicting that you will see a 40% drop from that 560. So it was normal for me to see Zoom Video below 400. However, can I see Zoom Video at about $300? That is something that I'm not sure of. This is a great company. So what I'll do here is actually to wait it out lower at about 360 all the way to 290. Even if I were to buy 380, I should be aware that the limited upside of 470 is not attractive for me in the short term. What you're seeing is that in the short term, meaning a month, 2 months, the attractive easy money for companies like these is not here. It's not in Zoom. It's not in C Limited. It's not in Tesla. These are for the lazy investor who doesn't think much, who doesn't want a 10x, it's for the lazy investors. Do they deserve to make money? No, because they're lazy. All right, let's go. Last night, there were a lot of winners, even if the market fell off. There were some winners, and what were they? So let's take a look at them. Your winners were actually these companies like 17 Education Tech and Curious. I don't have them. I didn't study them. This one, I do have Novus Capital. Novus Capital is your indoor farming. You're seeing that some SPACs like Novs and Roche continue to go higher. Of course, there are companies as well that are getting some loving. Bulke, which is something like a Zillow in China, something to actually study. And you'll notice that there's just a rotation going on. Meaning after a 40% rise or 100% rise on some names, people want to take profit. You are seeing the same thing on obviously known names. What's happening? All right, let's take a look at some known names that everyone has and people want to take profit in them. Okay, your Bitcoin was able to, what? Is it a top at 20,000? So far, we are seeing consolidation here at 20,000. It has this support at 17,000, can go further to 16,000. The lower this goes, that means that companies that you see, which has a huge correlation, whether you like it or not, we have the same type of investors buying into the Teslas and the Bitcoins of the world. Therefore, with Tesla selling off, probably it's going to affect all the other names. Actually, with Tesla selling off, you would see as well this company moving down. XPEV was actually selling off. $70 all the way to 45. What happened to XPeng? XPeng sold $2 billion last night at about $45. So actually, this $44, is it a buy or is it a sell? The answer that I would say is that I think that it's a buy. So 45 can go down to where? 40. This is still in an uptrend zone. I do believe that it's going to go up and down, up and down. It will consolidate. What is XPeng going to do with that $2 billion worth of cash? What is C Limited going to do with that $2 billion of cash? Is it going to go to their pockets? The answer is no. A good businessman will not put those $2 billion in the bank. They're going to use that $2 billion. In XPEV's case, they're going to use that for production vehicles because they want to have 100,000 to 200,000 vehicles. How can they have 200,000 to be delivered or millions of vehicles to be delivered if they don't have enough cash? It takes around $500 million for one factory to actually be produced. And you might need to produce $500 million easily. Is it easy to produce $500 million with liquidity today? Yes. The answer is you sell shares. And that's the right answer. Investment bankers instructing XBank, instructing Tesla, instructing C Limited to sell shares in this frothy market. Is it correct? As a business owner, the answer is yes. So should you sell your shares? Up to you. As long as you know what you're doing, it's up to you. All right. Let's take a look at some things that's happening. Of course, with the electric movement, you've got your Tesla selling off, your C Limited selling off. What's happening to your Shopify's, your e-commerce? They are also selling off. I'm going to share that to you. They are in my Don Z era. Don Z. These are the resilient companies that are, of course, selling off. Could see the last night, you've got your Fastleys, your Zooms, your Pintuotos, Shopify's, Mercado Libre, Datadog, Netflix, all of them, NVIDIA falling down. Now, these are companies that I like on a secular manner. So what will I do with these companies? Do I sell them? Do I take profit in them? Actually, I told some of people that, yeah, you can actually trim. You can trim, but you don't need to trim all. Why? You know that here, Fastly, 99, 95 is a selling area, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to go to 130 immediately, but it's not going to go 75 immediately as well. So what do you do here? If your cost on Fastly is 75 or 65 here, or even 60 if you were that good, that you were able to get that 60 or even as low as 50 below, then I think that what you should do is, of course, just trim half or trim a little. If you were buying 1, 2, 3, let's say one arrow represented $1,000, you bought $3,000 from about 20, 30, 40, 50, sold some at 95. Actually, that's free money for you because that's double your money, more than double. Even if you bought back at 65 and sold again at 95, you are still a winner. So in my view, even if you sell a little here at 95 or 99, as long as you don't dispose all of them, then you can just hold on for a free ride all the way to 130 to 200 someday. Take a look at the winners like these. What will I do with super duper winners? We made the buy call on TRNE. And of course, if you're an Awesome 10X member, you know this. We even gave this for free. We gave this in our Awesome 10X buying opportunities October 30. And also, I think I repeated it November 6. I kept on repeating this. TRNE is desktop metal. Made a buy call here about 10:30. We were buying this even as early as I think like October or September. Can't remember. I think October, yeah. So actually I can check when I said to buy it. Anyway, it's all in the Awesome 10X channel. Either way, what I'm saying is that right now, after this 10 to 25 move, this explosive move can continue higher, but this is actually a place where I will be profit taking, selling off. Sell there, even if I sell 22, sell. Sell a little, doesn't have to be sell all, sell half because your $10,000 is $25,000. Even if you sold just $10,000 worth, take your capital back, everything is all free money. You've got a lot of free monies, yes. TRNE was a free money. SBE was a free money. What will you do with ChargePoint today at 43? Will you sell this? We picked it up here at 27, 26, right? Unlike XPEV that rose, that still remained at 45, 46, 44 because of our share sale, Switchback hasn't have a share sale yet. Will I wait for them to do a share sale? I won't. Sell 43, can it go down to 25? Possible. Can it stay elevated and go to 70? Possible too. If it goes to $60, I sell more. If it goes to $20, I'm fine because 43, I'll buy it back at $25 or $30 anyway. Will I sell all my shares? No. I will never sell my shares. These are called souvenirs. I have free money here. Whether it goes $500 someday, which I think someday it will, someday in the near 10-year future, then yes. What are the SPACs that we like? Okay, so many SPAC winners. Yeah, so the market in December was really full of SPACs and IPOs. However, what would I do with these IPOs? These are up 300%. Like AI, the IPO was $34. It opened $92. What will I do with this? 110 to 92. I'll just wait it out. I think that I'll just wait somewhere near 50 to 60. If I won't be able to get it here, I will just let it be. So the thing about the market recently is that The IPO market, in my view, is too expensive that I don't want to be part of it. Like, even if I like the company, if it's not going to give me an entry point, I would rather not. Okay, hi from New York. Let's answer some questions. SPAC questions. Thoughts on the battery SPACs, THCB and RMG. I haven't studied CFII. THCB and RMG I studied. Between all these names, no, THCB Microvast is, I think, a weaker play versus ChargePoint. Sorry, THCB is batteries, right? Microvast is batteries. Let me just make sure that I'm checking the right thing. Wait up. I think like if you bought them at about 10 to 12, then you're fine. Currently at 19, you want to actually trim a little. It can go $50 someday, but you don't want to actually you don't want to be holding everything that you own. Meaning you should master the art of selling too. Where was that? THCB, aka Microvast. Electric vehicles, batteries, and SPACs. Yeah, we covered it November 24, 2020. Vertically integrated power solutions, they designing fast charging, long life saving. Okay, so I think that this is gonna compete more with. So electric vehicles, they're a complement, right? They work hand in hand together. It's a good long-term play, but I think I personally prefer to own ChargePoint. That's why I don't like to sell my ChargePoint. I'm a little bit sentimental, even if it's like 30% higher. So for Microvast, I think like you just really hold on to this if you have it cheap. Same for your RMG. However, I'm not really a big fan of their technology. To be honest, I think that there are other better ones. For battery players, I believe that CATL is better. However, CATL is a contemporary Amperex. It is in Shanghai. It's 600 37. It's a 300 750. And I think like US cannot buy them. Actually, I couldn't buy this either. So when it comes to batteries, I mean, I'm just like out there wanting to buy it all the time. And then I just can't because I'm not Chinese citizen. I'm not a Chinese citizen, so I can't buy some Shanghai stock. 60, it's now 260. I'm just there watching. So but I know that the sector is good. So THCB and the RMG, between the three battery names, I actually prefer QS. QuantumScape, we got this KCAC. Some of us got this as low as $17. Some even got it at $12. Now trading at 75 and 85. I think this one is a sell already. Actually, guys, we are doing a lot of selling pressure right now. Because I think like the market is too frothy. We might need to do a lot of selling. I didn't study CFII, so sorry, I don't have an answer there. Nana is asking, if I only have $2,000 to start with, how many stocks can I invest in? We really believe in diversification, and so you have to own at least 20 names. So you start with $2,000, you put $100 in each name, 5% of that 2,000. Don't worry, because as time goes by, you'll have another $1,000 and you'll have another $1,000, and you'll actually increase your portfolio over time. What you'll notice that your $2,000 after some time with Awesome 10X will grow to $3,000, 50% after some time. Sometimes it happens in a month, sometimes it happens in 2 months, but 3 months, 6 months. Take it, take 20 bets on $2,000. I would prefer that you take 20 shots rather than one shot. ACB is below 10. Is it good to buy? I'm of the view that Aurora Cannabis is okay. We prefer buying Aurora Cannabis near 7 to 8. I gave a buy on Aurora Cannabis at 7 below. We were buying that November 16. Gave it also for free. We sold it at 12. Yeah, you can buy it if it goes 9, 10. I mean, I'm not too keen on Aurora Cannabis because in my view, you always have that $12 and $14 seller. I'm not very good when it's, usually I fold the hand when I think it's just a 20% return. Unless I'll make 100% or 500%, I wouldn't even be there in the table. So like, so I'm not that big of a fan. That doesn't mean that I don't like Aurora Cannabis per se. If I'm gonna get it at 7 below, then yes, I'll make 100%, right? 7, I can sell it at 12 or 14. But at 10, I think I'll just pass. If it doesn't give me the price, then it doesn't give me the price. Space looks potentially good. Well, SPC is Virgin Galactic. This one is too In the US, there's just so many ways to make money. You don't need to be a fan of galactic tourism if you don't really believe in it. I do believe that, yes, this was a SPAC at $10, went at $40. Some people really bought this at 17 to 20. Those who really believed in it, they made 100% money as well at $32. This is not, I'm not really too envious of the people who have space SPCE because in the first place, I'm not a big fan of going to Mars. Space tourism, it so here's the thing. I don't care if you're up 100%, 1,000% on companies that you have. If I don't believe in it, I don't really care. I make money on companies that I do believe in, so it's fine. Longview and FIAC thoughts, please. Longview, I haven't studied. FIAC, yes, we have. FIAC at 12 below, we've bought. Currently at about 19, right? So FEAC, aka skills, it's going to double your money. It's already double. Of course, we were buying all the way here, 10, 11, 12. The highest entry was about 15. That was already a chase. 15, you sell some at 18, 19, and then you let it go. Whether it goes to 25 or 35, just hold it on. Hi, Nikki, Rosh, and OAC. Yes, I like both, so just continue holding. Rosh, we have been liking that, think that it's a long-term play. So yeah, so this one we just hold. I actually thought that it will actually consolidate, but it went zoom up. So we were buying this at about 10, 11.50. Yes, we're buying 11.50. Thought it would consolidate. Actually, I'm happy that it went as high as 15, 16. I think it's going to go consolidate somehow. So maybe my drawing of consolidation at 13 was too little. It's consolidating perhaps here at about 16 or even 20. I'm not sure if it will consolidate or it will just jump up. Nonetheless, I'm just a hold there. Hold your rush. OAC, I will also hold. Bought this at 10, 20. So there. Just holding on. Just holding to OAC and rush. Maybe it goes $40, $20. Let's hope for that. So far, the best pack that we got was QuantumScape. 10 went to 75. Well, not really 10. We got in at 12. ChargePoint is the next best pack that we got. SBE is now at 43. Usually for companies that hit $40 and $50, I would rather hold on. What is the balance of not selling winners and taking profits? Good question. So me personally, what I do is I really make sure that I keep a souvenir on companies that I do a triple-digit win. For instance, I'll give you a triple-digit win. Roku. So for those who have Roku, we have been opining to buy this, whether you bought it at 75, at 85, or even as high as 105. Today, it's already triple your money at $300, right? Triple or quadruple. So let's assume that you had $1,000 here and it's now $3,000. I would actually sell tonight 306. Doesn't matter if it goes 240. Doesn't matter if it goes $400. Usually, guys, your $1,000 is $3,000. You sell $1,000, your capital is intact. That $2,000 is all free money, free profits. Think of it, you went to a casino, you started with a $10,000, you already have $30,000. You take away that $10,000, your $20,000 can roll all the way to $100,000. It's all free money from there. So I really do that. The balance of not selling winners and taking profits, that's what I do. I'm not sure what your style is. That means that if I make $10,000 of gain on, let's say, XPEV, I don't want $10,000 in cash. I want $10,000 worth of XPEV shares. And how does that mean? If XPEV is trading at about 45, if I won, that means that if I had 1,000 shares, I'll keep 200 shares, $10,000 worth of XPEV. 800 can be disposed, and then 200 shares could be kept. I'll only sell it if and only if I think that the company is not going to go 300% anymore. If I believe that it's going to go 500% further, I won't sell it. Assuming that I think Roku will go from 300 to 500 tonight, not tonight, all right, give me about a month. If I think that in a month, Roku goes 300 to 500, I wouldn't sell it. But if I think Roku at 300, even if it goes up, maybe 330, 350, if it goes down 250, then I'll be willing. I'll be willing to sell a little, not because I'm calling the top. No, that's not it. I'm not calling the top. I like the company. That's why I have it. The reason why I held it all the way was because I like it in the first place. Why I'm not selling all is simply my discipline of holding my winners, even at the point that it goes drawdowns. Did that happen to me before? Yes, I've had a drawdown. Take a look at what happened to Spotify. Spotify had multiple clobber zones at about 290 and 280. I have this at a 140, 150. bought more at 180. I think the last buy-in that I got was about 200. And then here at these levels of 240, 220, I was buying all the pullbacks. Every time it rose at 280, all these pullbacks I would sell. And then recently at 300, that broke out. At 330, yes, that's 100% move. For some people, that might not mean that might not mean much for you, right? Because making 100% this year is so easy in the US. So the question is Spotify going to go from 300 to 500 to 1,000? Because in my view, the answer is yes, because it's going to go up. Even if I'm up 100%, I wouldn't sell. So it's really a question of whether that 300 goes 500. What's the probability of that going 300 to 500 or 300 to 200? If my view is that the upside is larger than the downside, then I would hold on to it. Meaning, even if XPEV right now is at $45, if I think that the leeway for this is to go to $100 to $200 someday, I would hold on to it. Example, FUV went from $20 all the way to $11. I think that people would sell it at 16 or even at 15, right? So I would say that people would sell. However, those people who got in here will not sell their shares, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more buy arrows than sell arrow. If I have 5,000 shares or 500 shares, I would only sell 100 shares. I wouldn't sell all. Can you give me BA? Boeing. Okay, Boeing Airlines. I think like Boeing Airlines is just a reopening play. We got in at about 180 to 200, similar to American Airlines, United Airlines, Delta Airlines. So far, 230 is a resistance. Can it go 300? I think that it's not the kind of company that I would put all my money with. Meaning, for just a 50% reward, 230 to 300, I'd find another company. I might, so meaning actually for reopening themes like airlines, I am more willing to sell them because in my view, they are casual hookups. Example, AAL. We gave a buy on American Airlines inside the inner circle group at about 12 to 13. 13 below, we were buying. Right now, it's trading at 18. It goes 20. We're going to be up 50%. I'm willing to, to give up a little. Funko, because I think it still is going to go $17. I wouldn't sell even if we're up already 100%. So actually, sometimes, I guess the thing about trimming is not a lot. It is not about the 100%. You could be up 100%. And if you think it's going to go 500%, why will you sell? Example, if you are selling your Tesla very early on, it was wrong because you thought at 50 billion, even if it's 100 billion, if it's going to go a trillion, why will I sell, right? So I think it's really a question on how big the market cap you think. And in a way, the answer to that is a lot of fundamentals. Ma'am, what are your insights for Palantir? We have it 9 to 10. Some of us sold at 28. Right now, it's 26. I know that Palantir at $20 below will have a buyer. $30 above, you've got a seller. So it's probably going to range trade for now. Like Palantir will compete with C3AI, right? So C3AI went times 3. So if C3AI goes higher, then I think Palantir should go higher. But so you've got some companies that are expensive in the same domain, in the same sector, artificial intelligence, data analytics, same domain. So because these are companies that are too expensive for my taste, I'd rather hold my Palantir. Meaning, I don't care if $9, if I think it's gonna go $100 someday, I wouldn't sell it. Even if I'm up like times 2, times 3. After selling partial, everything is free money for me. So I'm not really willing to sell. Palantir, we gave it as a free Friday class pick. So you can just search it. Palantir, awesome 10x. You can find it. You can find our 1 hour coverage on Palantir. It's you can see that a lot of companies are actually very strong. And sometimes selling early is a mistake. Should you sell everything? It's really a question for you. Take a look at what happened to SoftBank today. SoftBank Group is now trading at 8.3. If I was an early seller, I'd have missed this move, right? But because I think that SoftBank is going to go 20,000 yen, I don't care if you believe me or not. Me, I do my own opinion for myself. It's not really a recommendation for you. It's just for me, informational purposes. All that this video is about educational channel. But yeah, so take note that if I have a winner, I will not sell it. Even if the market will sell off, I will not sell it. Take a look. Buy. All the way, buying all the way, SoftBank. Right now, it's trading at 8.4. Even at 10,000 yen tomorrow, I wouldn't even sell it. It was a popular monthly food pick. Yes, lemonade. It seems too high. I don't want to chase it. I don't want you to chase it. Lemonade, we gave a coverage buy at about $48 to $50. So if you don't have lemonade, don't look at it. Yeah, so we were buying somewhere here. It was a September coverage buy. Don't worry, there are a lot of companies that are actually good. Take note, we have never really failed in our Agora. It was a long, long time. We were buying here, buying here, buying here, even at 45, all the way to 35. Now it's trading at 43 again. Do I think it's going to go 68 someday? The answer in my view is yes. We have a lot of 10x potential winners, not just 50% wins. So my suggestion for all the viewers here is sign up to awesome10x.com. Don't think about the $40 monthly. Think about the $5,000, $100,000 that you are missing out just because you're not part of a group that can actually help you find Awesome 10x. Is our hit ratio good? Just check it out. This is all for free. All our free Friday class picks, find our free Friday class picks, check it out. Is it correct? Is it wrong? Take note. You might say, well, the market is strong, so all of your picks are right. Not necessarily. Has many companies gone 200, 300% in a single month? We gave the pick, TRNE. We gave the pick, look, Roche, GMHI. These companies, SVE, these companies were going up 500%. QuantumScape, 100%, 200%, 300%. Now you can argue, well, I can make 20%, so I don't care about your 100%. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really care. We don't want to force you. Subscribe, watch the videos. This is for free. Every Friday tomorrow, we'll get a free Friday class pick. You can actually check it out. And also, sometimes when you have a free Friday class pick and it gives you an entry point, take advantage. Right now, Dada Nexus goes down from 60 all the way to 39. If this goes to 36, that is a buying opportunity. What else? Okay, this one is actually competing. Delivery Hero. Boom. I think that this one goes higher. There's a lot of companies that you can learn from and earn from. And that would be my answer. A lot of IPOs, yes, but if you're forced to pay 100% higher or 300% higher, I like C3AI. But if you're going to ask me to pay $90, doesn't matter. If it goes $200, I don't have it, so what? I'll just find another 10x name if I can't get in. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Please like and subscribe.